we have a shunt generator and its armature resistance is 8.18 ohm, and shunt field winding resistance is 20 ohms, and the number of turns, shunt field turns are 1000, and there is a adjustable rheostat connected in series with the shunt field, and its range is 0 to 40 ohms, but currently it is adjusted to 10 ohms. The machine is having a rating of 6 kilowatts, 120 volts and 50 amps loading capacity, and the field circuit is having a 5 amp rated. The field can maximum allow a 5 amp current in the circuit. So this is what the information given with respect to the machine. The first question is, what is the no load terminal voltage of the generator? Now as we know that the shunt generator, so when it is driven 0 speed to 1800 speed, due to residual flux, voltage will be built up, and this voltage will reach to a no load voltage for a speed of 1800 rpm. Now what is that voltage can be calculated or can be found by the intersection of this OCC and the RF line. How can we draw the RF line? In the shunt field we have RF plus R adjusted, so which is 20 plus 10, so this is 30 ohms is there in the shunt circuit. Now for a 30 ohms shunt circuit, how can I draw this line, RF line? For a 3 amps field current, the voltage VT will be 90. So I just draw in this 0 line and 90 volts line. So you just join, you find out the RF line, which is actually 30 ohms line. Once you find out this RF line, the intersection point is the no load voltage. So the intersection point of these two graphs, OCC and the RF line, is the no load. No load voltage is 120 volts according to this graph. Okay. Why the intersection of these two lines is the no load? Self-excited generators, due to residual flux, how the voltage will build up to a no load voltage as the speed increases from 0 to rated speed, right? And this built up will actually takes place due to this difference, actually this OCC and this RF line difference. Due to this only it will build up. If RF line is somewhere just touching or above the OCC, then voltage build up will not take place. So that is why we have restricted our shunt field resistance at max. It should be critical resistance. It cannot go beyond this. So critical resistance is the line touching just tangent line touching the OCC. Now the second question is, assuming no armature reaction, what is the terminal voltage of the generator when the armature current is 20 amps and 40 amps? So here there is no armature reaction first of all, and straight away the armature current is given. Armature current is either 20 amps or 40 amps. So only thing is, when the armature reaction is not present, we need to just find out the vertical drops, which are the IA RA drops. I just wanted to calculate now IA RA drop. So IA is for 20 amps multiplied by 0.18 ohms, so it will come to 3.6 volts, and for 40 amps it comes to 7.2 volts. So for these two loads, 3.6 volts and 7.2 volts equivalent, I have to draw in this graph. So this is 1 centimeter is equals to 10 volts, and this 1 centimeter is equals to 1 amps. Okay, now vertically 1 centimeter equals to 10 volts. Now I have to place 3.6 volts line. 3.6 volts line means, let me assume this is 3.6 volts, scale to this graph. So this is 3.6 volts. Now I move this line. And place, is it possible? No, it is not possible. So I will fix this line somewhere like this, 3.6. Okay, so which is touching exactly the OCC line and the RF line. So now from here I will be calculating the terminal voltage. This is the terminal voltage, somewhere here like that, right? So similarly for 7.2 volts, that is 40 amps loading condition, 7.2 means, so this is the line. So I move now this one to exactly fit between the OCC and the RF line, and I draw the corresponding horizontal line. So this is the, suppose let me say this is 113 or 112 or 114 volts at 20 amps loading, and this is somewhere 108 volts at 40 amps loading. Directly IA, armature current, is given. When no armature reaction is present in the machine, I just calculate the vertical drops. So IA, RA drops. So RA is known, IA is given. So voltage I calculate and then place between the OCC and RF and calculate the terminal voltage. That's it, very simple. Now let us see what happens with the armature reaction in the machine. So given armature reaction equals to 300 ampere turns at full load. So 300 ampere turns at full load, that is 50 amps is the full load current. Now we need to find out the armature reaction at loading condition 20 amps and 40 amps. So armature reaction at 20 amps is, we will be assuming that armature reaction is directly proportional to the load current. So I calculate armature reaction at 20 amps is equals to 20 by 50 into 300. So this comes to 120 ampere turns, and armature reaction at 40 amp loading condition, so which comes to 40 divided by 50 into 300 ampere turns, which is equals to 240 ampere turns. So now we have to calculate the corresponding equivalent field current pertaining to this armature reaction, and also the corresponding equivalent field current to the 40 amps. So which is actually, so IEQ is equals to this 120 divided by 1000 is the number of turns of the field winding. So if I divide this by 1000, so this will come to 0.12 amps. And similarly in case of this one, so IEQ is 0.24 amps. Okay, so now we have to form a triangle. I will be taking at 20 amps loading. Now we have a 3.6 voltage drop due to IRA. So taking to scale, this is 3.6. This is 3.6 volts, and armature reaction is 0.12 amps. So this up to 1 centimeter is equals to 1 amp. So I will take 0.12. 12 means 10% of this. So this is 0.12 amps. So if I join these two, it will form a triangle. Now I place this triangle and fit between the two lines, OCC and the RF line, like this. So the new terminal voltage will be somewhere here now, about 111 volts. And in case of 40 amps loading, the triangle will be having 7.2 volts. This is 7.2 volts, and the equivalent current is 0.24 amperes. 0.24 amperes. So this is 1/4. So 7.2 and 0.24 amps. So this will be a new triangle now. Now again I fix this one to like this. And the terminal voltage will be somewhere. Now it is almost 102 or something. So the new terminal voltage with presence of armature reaction at loads 20 amps and 40 amps loading will be 111 volts and 102 volts, which are actually lower than the terminal voltage present with only the without armature reaction, only armature drop, right? Okay, so in this problem we are going to discuss about the cumulative compound DC generator. Okay, so this is armature resistance. They have not given together series resistance and armature resistance. This is RA and RSE. So together they have given 0.21 ohms, and RF is given as, this is RF, which is 20 ohms, and R adjusted, which is actually ranging from 0 to 30 ohms, and now it is having 10 ohms, and the shunt is having 1000 turns, shunt fields 1000 turns, and series field is having 25 turns. Okay, and the speed of the machine is Nm, let me show, so 1800 rpm. This is all about the machine parameters given, cumulative compound generator, and machine has the magnetizing characteristics as shown in the figure so and so. The equivalent circuit is shown. Now the question is, generator is operating at no load. What is its terminal voltage? As earlier, what we do, we just draw the RF line. So RF is having total shunt field is having 20 plus 10, again 30 ohms. So for any given IF value, there will be a VT value, right? So for 30 ohms, for IF is equals to 3 amps, so VT will be 90 volts. For IF is equals to 5 amps, VT will be 150 volts, like that. So any 2 points I can place and join the lines, or 1 point is also sufficient. So for example 3 amps it will be 90 volts here, and 5 amps it will be 150. Okay, I hope I have drawn correct, right? So again it is joining at the OCC line and the RF line. RF is equals to 30 ohms. So they are joining or intersecting at VT is equals to 120 volts no load, at no load, right? Straightforward. Now the next question is, if the generator has a armature current of 20 amps, what is its terminal voltage, right? What about armature reaction here? Machine magnetizing current, no armature reaction. Here it is given that no, in this problem we don't have any armature reaction, so armature reaction is 0. Now for a given armature current of 20 amps, what will be its terminal voltage, right? So so what is now IA RA plus RSC drop? So IA is 20 amps given, RA plus RSC is 0.21 ohms, so it comes to 4.2 volts. 4.2 volts. So here vertically this is again 1 centimeter 10 volts. So 4.2 means half of this centimeter almost. So 4.2 just less than the half. So this in this machine we have actually what is net MMF is equals to the field MMF plus series field MMF minus armature reaction MMF. Now I have to consider here, because he has not given only the armature reaction. He has not given the armature reaction, but I have to consider this series field magnetizing MMF into consideration, right? So in this case 4.2 volts. So 4.2 volts means this is 4.2 volts. Now we have to add this series field MMF into this consideration, not armature reaction, but this has to be added, right? So what is the series field MMF equivalent, which is actually 25 turns is there and armature current is 20 amps. 20 amps is given, right? Divided by total number of field turns is 1000. So how much does it comes to? 500. This is 0.5, right? 0.5 amps. So this is 0.5 amps. Now we have to add to this one. So add to this one means I have to direct in this direction, right? So this is 0.5 amps and this is 4.2 volts. Then now I get this triangle, and now move this 4.2 triangle such that it touches the OCC, and so it is touching the RF OCC and RF line, right? Like this. Now in this case I will be having the terminal voltage above the no load voltage. Terminal voltage is above the no load voltage, right? So so cumulative compound I have to take into this shunt series field MMF like this, right? So if in case armature reaction is there, then I have to take together effect. So the I equivalent is now IFSC minus FAR divided by number of turns of the shunt field. Okay, and this, if it is plus, I will add like this on this direction. If it is minus, then I will add in this direction to the voltage. Okay. Okay, the next bit is to determine the terminal voltage for a armature current is equals to 40 amps. Now we first calculate the drop IA, RA drop. So IA is equals to 40 and RA plus RSC is 0.21 ohms given. So the voltage drop is 8.4 volts. Now we have to calculate the series field winding MMF. So which is equals to 40 into 25 turns, 40 amps flowing through it, 25 turns divided by 1000 turns of the shunt field winding. So which comes to 1 amp. Now here we know that the armature reaction is 0 in this case. So we have only the series field effect on the main field, shunt field. So the shunt field, the series field equivalent current this is IEQ is equals to 1 amp. Now we will form the triangle. So the voltage is 8.4 volts. So this is 1 centimeter equals to 10 volts. So 8.4 volts equivalent to the scale, and the current is 1 amp. Now here this series field is actually cumulative in nature. It is actually aiding the shunt field. So that is why I am adding this field equivalent current to the main field current. So I am directing in this way. So 1 amp, 8.4 volts. So I have formed the triangle. Now I move this to fit into the two graphs. Okay, right? So this gives me the corresponding terminal voltage approximately 130 volts. Okay, now let us take one case where the series field coil is connected in differential form, that is it is opposing the main field MMF. So here instead of plus I have to put minus. So this is minus. Now this series field is now opposing to the main field like armature reaction. Okay, now and also assume the armature reaction of 100 ampere turns at 50 amps, right? At rated loading condition, the armature reaction is 100 ampere turns. And now because it is connected in differential form, let us assume that the number of turns of the series field coil is just 5 turns, right? Now we need to calculate the terminal voltage at 40 amps loading condition. At 40 amps loading condition. So first again I'll calculate the IA RA drop, that is IA into RA plus RSC. So RA plus RSC is 0.21 and this is 40, so it comes to 8.4, similar to that of the previous case. Now F net is equals to the field MMF minus series field MMF minus armature reaction. So if I take it common like this, then this becomes plus. Now I want to calculate the equivalent current for these two MMFs. So which is calculated as series field MMF plus armature reaction MMF divided by the turns, shunt field winding turns. So here I have calculated the series field MMF ampere turns. This is 40 amps is flowing through the series field and number of turns is 5. So this is 200 ampere turns. And armature reaction at current loading condition 40 amps given 100 ampere turns at 50 amperes of loading. So I calculate the armature reaction at 40 amps, so which is equals to 40 by 50 into this is 100. So this is 100, so it comes to 80 ampere turns, right? So I calculate here high equivalent 200 plus 80 divided by 1000. So 280 divided by 1000, this is 0.28 amps. 0.28 amps. So I calculate a triangle now with 8.4 volts and 0.28 amps. 0.28 amps. This is 0.28 amps, and join these two to get a triangle. Now this is subtracted because this equivalent current is subtracted. So I have joined in this direction, right? Once I get this triangle, I just move and fit in the graphs, okay, right? So now I got the terminal voltage approximately equals to 100 volts. Now with the differential series field connection, differential compound connection with the armature reaction taken into account, so it is having a 100 volts terminal voltage for that 40 amps loading condition. So likewise you can calculate for any combination, either differential or cumulative compound generator with any armature reaction, then you appropriately calculate the voltage drop and the equivalent current to form a triangle, and then place it in the graph such that to determine the terminal voltage. Now at this terminal voltage, the internal EMF is at this point. The internal EMF EA is at this level, right? It is almost 109 volts. Okay,